In this presentation from Clean Virginia Waterways 2023 Stormwater and Plastic Pollution Workshop, Veronica Tangiri explains efforts to improve water quality through floatable monitoring in Prince William County. Veronica is the current Water Quality Programs Manager at Prince William Soil and Water Conservation District in Prince William County, Virginia. Born in Cameroon, West Africa, she has a Master's of Science in Environmental Science from Mid-Sweden University in Sweden. Her second master's research with Lund University focused on land use changes in riparian ecosystems and the impact on water quality with climate change.
Good afternoon, everyone. Kathy, thanks for having me, and thanks for the introduction. And I'm here today to talk about water quality and plastic pollution, as mentioned, the floatable monitoring efforts in Prince William County, Virginia. So I work with the Soil and Water Conservation District, as Katie mentioned. The Prince William Soil and Water Conservation District covers Prince William County, its cities and towns. And the mission of the Soil and Water Conservation District is to provide leadership in conservation of soil, water, and related natural resources to all citizens through technical assistance, information, and education. In Prince Soil and Water Conservation District plays a role in improving water quality, not only in the local streams, but also in the Potomac watershed and the Chesapeake Bay. And across the United States, you have nearly 3,000 soil and water conservation districts with at least one in every county. So I don't know if we all know something like that, but Soil and Water Conservation District. Talking about water quality. Water is the Earth's life wire. And we are here today to talk about plastic pollution. We all know that increasing development impacts our water quality. And because of development, more persistent materials are manufactured, they're processed, and they're intentionally they're directly or indirectly directed into our local waterways. Prince William County is in the Chesapeake Bay watershed. And Prince William County is Virginia's second most populous county. The Chesapeake Bay has over 18 million people. This bay is the largest estuary in the United States. It supports thousands of species of animals and plants. And as you can see, the Chesapeake Bay connects with the Atlantic Ocean and then the rest of the world. So the Prince William Soil and Water Conservation District Water Quality Program has 4 different programs. The Biological Monitoring Program, which collects benthic macroinvertebrates, and that data goes to the Department of Environmental Quality through the Virginia Safe Our Stream program. And you also do have the Chemical Monitoring Program, which collects chemical parameters like pH, conductivity, temperature. That data also goes to the Department of Environmental Quality, Chesapeake Bay Monitoring Program. We do have the Adopt the Stream program, which is the Adopt the Stream, Adopt the Pond, Adopt the River program. This data collects trash from our waterways, and the data goes to the county, Clean Virginia Waterways, Ocean Conservancy, the ED Team program, which is under the Natural Resource and Conservation Services with USDA. And the last program is the Floatable Monitoring Program, which is a program requirement by the county's MS4 permit. So what's the MS4? The MS4 is the Municipal Separate Stormwater Sewer System. And under this permit, you have 2 different programs, the Virginia Pollutant Discharge Elimination System Permit Program and the Virginia Stormwater Management Program. And These permits are aimed to reduce pollution that runs from industrial and urban areas. And that is why we're talking more about the Floatable Monitoring Program. And by the way, I would like to thank all our awesome volunteers who have been working so hard to make this program successful and why we ended up with the National Award. So, the Adopt the Stream program and the Floatable Monitoring program programs deal with debris. And as you can see in Prince William County, we have over 60 sites under the Adopt the Stream program. And the diagram or the graph you see shows the amount of debris that has been collected or that was collected from 2016 to 2022. Thousands of volunteers have collected thousands of pounds of trash, intercepting those debris from reaching the Chesapeake Bay. So, in Prince William County, our surface water is most often our drinking water sources. We know of the Occoquan River, which is a major drinking water source for Prince William County. We also do have the Potomac River, which is also one of our drinking water sources. And as you can see from the previous presentation and while we are here, plastic pollution is a major challenge in these suburban areas. So, the Floatable Monitoring Program, this discharge is needed by the MS4 permit, and it's regulated under the Virginia Management Act through permits issued by DEQ, that is the Department of Environmental Quality, and EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. And Prince William has the phase 1 of the permit. So through this permit, the county is required to monitor floatables from areas suspected to be contributing excess levels of trash and refuse. The Floatable Monitoring Program is aimed at assessing debris loading to streams to help the county develop strategies to reduce water pollution. So the permit that is given to Prince William County outlines the requirements needed for the Floatable Monitoring Program. As you can see, we can see floatables from one of our ponds in Prince William County and the other one from the NAPSCO watershed close to the NAPSCO boardwalk area. So, as a requirement under the MS4 permit, in monitoring, we have to count floatable solids that we observe and also consider the length and the area from which these solids are collected. And in Prince William County, we have 5 monitoring sites. And most often, they are at the outfalls of the MS4 or the receiving stream that is being discharged from the MS4. So, the 5 sites that we have, how were these sites established? Before the establishment of these 5 sites of floatable monitoring, we had 9 sites that were selected, and there was a pre-monitoring phase. Out of the 9 sites, the 5 sites that had the top amount of trash were considered for the program. And monitoring in this program is in the direction of flow of the stream. And then in the choosing of these sites, the backfall heights of the streams were identified. And with these 5 sites, none exceeds 100 feet. So the eligibility for the floatable items, they must be solid and be seen above the water line, which confine within the streams and below the backfall mark of the channel. So if you look at the map or the diagram, you will see the backfall level of every stream, and that is what is meant as the backfall line. And in the process, the recording of the data must be led by a soil and water conservation staff. So these are the 5 sites distributed across Prince William County. We have one in the Broad Run area, 2 locations one in the Upper Bull Run and the other one in the Lower Bull Run. We have one in the Occoquan watershed and another one in Yapsco Creek watershed. So these are the 5 main sites, and you can see the watersheds and the distance that has been considered in recording the data. So the actual monitoring, we had a pre-phase in between 2017 and 2018, and the actual monitoring phase started in 2019. So from 2019, the fiscal year up to 2022, we have been collecting this data, and this data is collected quarterly. So for the fiscal year of 2022, the first phase, you can see data collected from the 5 sites as the diagram shows. And looking at this diagram, so far we have 3 sites that are very outstanding in trash. You have the Andrew Leach and the Manassas Forge and the Flat Branch, also the Dawkins Branch. And the material that we have identified in our data sheet, you can see them listed. You have plastic bags, plastic bottles, glass bottles, cans, plastic wrappers, straw, PPE, COVID, and disposable cups. You find on the graph. The ones that you find on the graph are the ones that are outstanding. So we can see that disposable cups, plastic wrappers, plastic bottles, plastic bags are some of the dominant items that we've been collected from the 5 sites across Prince William County. And the little graph you see above is the graph from 2021 fiscal year. So the bigger graph is that for the 2022 fiscal year, and the smaller ones on top, they are the ones for the 2021 fiscal year. So you can see a picture and compare the 2 years. So the second phase, the trend wasn't that much, but you also see that the second phase is October, December, and you also find that the plastic bags, the plastic bottles, the wrappers, the disposable cups and cutleries were also dominant, and predominantly from those 3 main sites that I've talked about. And that's quite a trend, but looking at it closely, there are some differences or analysis, especially the amount of disposable cups and cutleries that we got immediately, like in 2021 during the COVID period. But the trend remains, like unique in the items collected. And this is the 3rd phase, which is during the month of March and January and March. We can still see the plastic bottles, the plastic bags, they have always been dominant. And the 4th quarter, which is for the month of April and June, we can see that the wrappers, the plastic bottles, and the plastic bags and disposable cups and cutleries, they still stand out dominantly from the Dawkins branch, the Flat branch, Andrew Leach, but you have 3 sites that are really dominant and they interplay depending on the time of the year. So the 5 sites I mentioned, they are sites from streams, and we have this floatable monitoring data collected by the master naturalist, this data is collected from a pond. And we can also see that the plastic bottles, the wrappers, the bags, the cans, they're dominant, even though if we look at it closely, there is some, a little bit of difference because of the side, which is a pond, but we can still see the outstanding items that were collected from the pond. So an overall assessment of the data collected, we saw that, or the collected data showed that plastic wrappers came first from all the sites, second by plastic bottles, the third position was plastic bags, and then disposable food items came fourth, and the list continues, and PPE came fifth because of COVID. People were using a lot of masks, and cigarette items came the third position from the streams. So the collected quarterly data for the 2022 fiscal year for the 5 sites have drawn more attention to the dominant floatable items in Prince William County waterways as presented by the rating. But we all know that in 2021, Prince William got its first bandalon. And this trash trap, thanks to Micron for donating $300,000 for this project and for supporting the Prince William County's Public Works Department in its plastic reduction efforts. So this bandalon is installed in the Nyapsco Creek watershed, and this watershed drains over 100,000 land. But before the installation of this bandalon, for the past 10 years, the Woodbridge Potomac Community Civic Association and the Prince William Trail and Stream Coalition, they have been registering huge amounts of trash with the support of a lot of volunteers under the Adopt the Stream program. And with the installation of this bandalon, we realized that in 2022, and mark you, this bandalon was installed in the fall of 2021. So the cleanup event that was organized in the fall of 2022 saw a reduction of trash in the area. And this spring, we have not seen it necessary to have another cleanup because the bandalon has been doing a successful job in trapping the leader that has been coming that way. And the bandalon data will come, but this data is data that was collected before the bandalon. But mark you, the bandalon is still new, 2 years old, and we still have to collect a lot of data before we can draw into any conclusion. But the data you see is the data that was being collected or was collected before the installation of the bandalon by the Woodbridge Potomac Community Civics Association, the Trail and Stream Coalition, together with environmental supporting groups during cleanup events. So you can see that from this side, thousands of pounds of trash were collected by hundreds of volunteers from 2009 to 2021 before the installation of this bandalon. And here is the first yearly data of the bandalon. And we can see that from the results, we have foam items, and you have items like foams or styrofoam pieces coming at the top and cigarette butts. But you will remember that from the floatable monitoring data from the 5 sites, the cigarette butts were at the bottom. So you can see some difference in data from the bandalon compared to those collected from the floatable monitoring sites. And this is just for the first year as the The trail, as the Public Works Department led by Tim Hughes, help in collecting this data with the support of environmental groups, still like the Woodbridge Potomac Community Civic Association, the Trail and Stream Coalition, the Prince William Beautiful, Prince William County Schools, especially the Freedom High School Center for Environment and Natural Science Club. Thanks to all of them who are helping to make our stormwater cleanup efforts a success in Prince William County. So from the collected data, the recommendation that could be drawn from the data collected is that there is a need for the school system to engage more in promoting water quality awareness with students. And this I mentioned because from one of the sites, which is the Dawkins branch, which is located close to a school, even though there's a playground close to that location, we have noticed items coming from the school facility, like Ziploc bags, and which shows that it's coming from the school. Then that's reason why we feel that the school system, they have to do much in encouraging or promoting more water quality awareness. And then also we need more awareness, especially in suburban counties, in the area of littering, as is the case with Prince William County. And this could be done with more attention to the issue of environmental justice and equity as a diverse county. And by so doing, this will help get more folks engaged in the county, in promoting the county's sustainable goals. In conclusion, as Prince William County is advancing in floatable monitoring, the data collected is getting more meaningful results to help address growing challenges around water quality and plastic pollution. All these efforts will also go towards the protection of the rich biodiversity in the Chesapeake Bay watershed. And as Prince William Soil and Water Conservation District keeps on looking for ways to promote water quality awareness, thanks to a grant that we got from the Community Foundation for Northern Virginia, that helped us to come up with this water quality educational outreach sculpture, which has been made by Oregon, called the Reorbit. So it's to promote. It's a stream, and in the bed of the stream, you have trash, and you have benthic macroinvertebrates. You can see a dragonfly, and the main benthic macroinvertebrate there is the most caddisfly. And the shells have been made from plastic, and because the case makers also, the cases have been made from plastic. And this, we hope, will help promote more education around the challenge of plastic in our waterways and the impact it has on our water quality. And that is it.